Mate, how are ya? How's things?
I'll tell you what, when the sun shines out, it makes such a difference in these days, brother.
Shine through. Beautiful.
Isn't it just? Isn't it just indeed? The past few days, I was like, ooh, mate, if it starts raining and cloudy on top of everything that's going on, it's going to be a dark place. But we make it positive and we make it work.
How are you getting on, mate? What's a normal day in the life of Calum Best at the moment? What's lockdown look like?
I mean, you know what, mate? I've turned it into a real positive. It's like the current climate is really scary to a lot. It's really sad, you know, it's very sensitive, and but you have to crack on thinking that you're coming out on the other side, you know, even in a better place. And I think, you know, we have to stay aware and we have to stay positive to what's going on. And, you know, we have to follow the rules. Everybody's got to isolate, do their part to help the NHS and save lives. But I think it can be a really, really good time for people to, like, you know, get some nice routine and get some structure and get things done. Like for myself, I mean, my days beforehand, it sounds like back in the war.
Way back when?
Yeah, when I used to walk through miles of snow to get the kids to school. No, I think, I mean, if anybody was going to watch this and look for anything, if they're struggling it back, a routine is key, right? I think it's as much
well,
as...
I'm in my suit still.
Bro, I see that as well. But you know what? Because you're staying in the game. You're staying in that kind of mindset of this is what you do all day, every day. It's your business. It's your focus. It's your, you know, it's your how you make money and pay your bills. So it makes a lot of sense. But I see a lot of memes saying like all you got to do is just sit at home on TV to do your part. But I think that as much as that makes sense, staying home is doing your part. Make it productive for yourself. You know what I mean? You've got to get stuff done. Like for myself, I've made a really good routine. So I'll wake up and, I mean, I go quite deep and quite spiritual, but I practice gratitude and all these things to start the day off on a positive mindset. I'll get into yeah, you know what I mean? So like there's little tools that you can do if you're into that kind of stuff, but I get straight into the emails. And then every single day since we've been in lockdown, I've gone on a run, and I hate to run. Like I got a dodgy knee. I'm almost 40. I consider myself quite fit because I play football and I train, but running is not one of my strong points. Like on the first run, I think I lasted 15 minutes and made it 2 miles. And I was like, wow.
Was that because of your knee? How is your knee? You saw?
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, it's all good, bro. I mean, these are just things that happen. You've been playing football my whole life, and we've been training, and eventually you go, your mind's 21 and your body goes, hold on a second. Yeah.
Like that.
You're not as young as you think you are mentally. But I run every day, and so the buzz you get, and then I set myself a challenge. I was like, okay, every single day I'm going to push to go further. Downloaded a running app, and now, you know, I've 9 days straight I've run. And so what I've done as well, I'll go on for a bit just to tell you about my routine, and then I want to ask about yours. But to make sure that I had a bit of structure, I do my run, and right after the run, I'm absolutely buzzing. And so over the years, I was learning all these different tools to kind of make my life better. And one of them I kept on hearing about was meditation, and I never did it. Like my brain is 10,000 miles an hour. Yeah. Sure. I can't stop and focus for the life of me. But I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to use this time as a positive. I'm by myself. I'm in isolation by myself. So I put my headphones on. I Googled this guy, Deepak Chopra. I don't know if anybody's heard of him, but if you're looking to meditate, look him up, Deepak Chopra. And right after my run, when my endorphins are buzzing, I sit down somewhere by the river where I live. I put my headphones on and I pick a short one, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because I know I can handle that. Because if it's an hour long, there's no way I'm staying focused.
Yeah, sure. Makes sense.
And I found it so rewarding. And you know why it's rewarding? Sorry, I could go off on tangents, but it's rewarding because if you're trying to train your brain, and I don't want to sound silly saying this, but I don't really need to do this as much anymore. But I find a lot of people on my social media are looking for answers in this. If you're if you're in a time right now where anxieties are high and you're not at peace and you're stressed out, if you can train your brain from going all the way over there to here, you can help yourself keep your shit together, right? Oh. So meditation does that. I mean, luckily I've learned it over the years, as I'm sure many have, but if you're at home and you're stressing, you're watching the news and you're all like this, if you take just 5 or 10 minutes to train your brain to go from that place and here, meditation helps you do that. So I've meditated every single day as well, which is
do you do it while you're running, or do you lay down and chill out?
So like I'll run by the river, and then I've been lucky that the sun's been out. So I'll just stop when I'm done running. I'll catch my breath and I'll sit down and I'll close my eyes, put my headphones on, and I'll just spend 10 minutes listening to this guided thing. So it's not just me and my own thoughts where I'm like ooh, what do I want for dinner? Ooh, I forgot to send that email. All these other thoughts that the majority of people have, you know? And I found that it really, really helps you focus. And then what I'd done after that is that I thought I would take this time to do some, I put some posts saying you can't go outside, go inside. And what I meant was use this time to do some like self-work, some whatever you can to make yourself a better person, really. And on my walks home, when my endorphins are buzzing and my meditations just happen, I know it sounds so cheesy to some, but it's something I really value that can be really, really helpful.
Yeah.
And on the way home, I just grab my phone and I just talk into it about what's on my mind, what thoughts and things are going on. And I just post it and I hope that it resonates with people. And it's had such an epic response that I'm like, ooh, I'm onto a winner here, Do
you think people are looking for that positive influence? They need it at the moment more than most, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people may not, a lot of people are lucky to not have been through certain things in life, but, a lot of people have also lived a mad life, and some people might want help and might want answers. And over my years, I found a lot of passion and purpose in trying to use my experiences to provide that. And you know what? Never a time as there is now are more people online doing this. And I saw this little window for myself personally. I just saw that there were so many people doing PT sessions, which is incredible. I'm doing some of my friends' PT sessions in my kitchen every evening, but I thought not that many are talking about mindset. So I thought, you know what? I'll talk about mindset. And it's not structured. It's not anything, format. It's just me rambling, but it's had a good response. And I thought, ooh, I'm onto a winner here. So I'm already turning this isolation into a positive,
I think that routine's so important, mate. So I've tried to do the same thing. Yeah. So I've got I don't know if you can see it, I've got an exercise bike behind me. It's one of these One Peloton bikes.
Yeah.
So you're hooked up to the internet. You can either do live sessions or you compete against yourself. You can do pre-recorded sessions. So I wake up, I jump on that straight away. So that would be a similar routine to normal. Before I start work, I go to the gym. So that enables me to keep sane, have a little blast in the morning. 5 a.m. I'm on that thing. And then I put my suit on, mate. And Charlotte, my missus, I mean, you could probably hear her in the background doing the hoovering. She thinks I'm nuts. You're working from home. Why are you doing it? Because that for me signals I'm at work. I've set up, I've got a desk, I've got my books, I've got everything that I need to make it as worky as normal. At 7:30, I get all of the guys in Western Europe that are in the team. Everyone jumps onto a Zoom call for half an hour. And that just gives people that, I don't want to say reason to wake up, but it gives them that start to the day. We dress up, we put our suits on, we crack on. I then crack on at work until normal. It's not, it's not perfect. I've got a Hoover going off in the background. The room I'm in is quite small. I've got a low desk. You've seen my desk in the office. I like a high desk. I'm on a low one. It's not perfect, but graft up until 12. Then I have some lunch with the kids before they have their nap. And then I just crack on again until about 5, half 5. You just got to make the best out of it. But if I didn't have that routine, I'd be in the fridge. I'd be watching TV. I'd be on the PlayStation.
We're in the fridge anyway. Don't lie. I'm in the fridge more than I've ever been in the fridge before.
I've had to start tracking it on an app. So I've had to start using my MyFitnessPal to try and make sure I've got that accountability. Because otherwise, mate, you're right. The pack of Maltesers, boom, it's gone. The Jaffa cakes, they get raided, right?
Yeah, I was watching my buddy's live the other day, and he was just like, you don't realize how much you're burning when you're active all day. Even just little things here and there, you're burning these things off. And if you're sitting at home, and that's what I see. I see these, I said this already, but these things, just stay at home, sit on the couch, watch things. And it's like, no, you have to keep yourself active. If you just slump into it, I mean, I literally only just shaved yesterday, but before I was starting to look like Grizzly Adams. And I thought to myself, actually, you know what? I'm doing way more of these Zooms than I've ever done before. A lot of my business is getting online. You got to kind of try to look the part and do your thing to keep as sane as you can as you would normally. Like I wouldn't be turning up looking like Grizzly Adams if I was face to face having a meeting, Well, maybe I would, but hold on. Let me tell you about the rest of the structure because it gets quite good. The after the run and the meditation, I come home. I'm not gonna lie. There's a few hours where I'm on Netflix, but it's great. And have you seen this Ozark show?
No. How'd you spell?
Mate. Yeah, Ozark, Ozark. And I'd never watched, I'm not big into watching TV. I usually watch films, but anybody that's looking for something on Netflix, I'm sure they have already. But Ozark is a serious show. And season 3 just started, but I was like, no, I can't cheat. So I went back to 1, and it's literally all my downtime has gone into that. So you need that relaxation time. And then every evening in my kitchen, I put down a little mat And I'm lucky that I own a gym in Henley, so I had some weights, and I tune in at 6 p.m. every night, make sure I don't miss it. I've missed a few because I was feeling quite lazy, but my friend Bradley Simmons does a really, really good workout. This girl named Sophie Grace Holmes does a really, really good workout. And it's a really, really cool way of connecting. Like I would much rather be in a class being held accountable, because sometimes instead of 12 reps, you're doing 7 because you're like, oh, no one can see, you know? But at the same time, it's like, you've got to keep that structure to keep yourself sane. Then I cook dinner, have a little juice, and I've done that every single day. And, you know, it's like I hate to say it like this, but, you know, going to bed early, sleeping well, because you're thinking one day more into this is one day closer to being out of this.
Please do subscribe, hit the button.